My name is Kevin Adderley. I'm the Director of Financial Services here at the City of Miramar. Just like to take a couple of minutes to talk about my journey as to how I got here at the City of Miramar. I'm a graduate of Miramar High School. From Miramar High School, I went on to Broward Community College, where I studied accounting for 2 years and obtained an associate arts degree. From there, I went on to Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida, where I earned a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting. Upon graduating from Florida A&M University, I came back home to South Florida here, where I began my accounting career with Price Waterhouse. I spent 2 years with Price Waterhouse, and after that, I spent 2 years with Burger King Corporations, working in their internal audit department, doing audits of different company departments and different franchisee audits. After 2 years at Burger King Corporation, I went on to work for a CPA firm downtown Miami, and which at the time had about 8 professionals and 3 admin. And over the 28-year period of time for which I was there, we grew from 8 professional and three administrative staff members to about 30 professionals and 10 administrative assistants. While at the CPA firm, I received several promotions, from senior accountant to supervisor, from supervisor to manager, manager to senior manager, from senior manager, director of quality control, and from director of quality control, I was promoted to audit partner. During my tenure there, I worked with many different professionals that I was responsible for managing on different audit engagements. I was responsible for completing financial statement and grant compliance audits for not-for-profit entities, governmental entities, private businesses, retirement plans, and a whole slew of others. After 28 years there, I joined another CPA firm for about 18 months, principally doing the same type of work, doing audits of governmental entities, not-for-profit, private businesses, and managing a team of professionals for the different audit clients that we service. After leaving that firm, I joined the City of Miramar in May of 2019 as the Director of Finance. In joining the City of Miramar, I'm tasked with leading a department of about 42 staff members. One of my biggest challenges is inspiring my team to become more knowledgeable about the tasks that they are assigned, as well as motivating them to perform at a high level. I believe you have leaders that are born. I believe you have leaders that become leaders through the experiences that they gain with respect to their personal life as well as professional life. Leaders change over time, for good, for bad. As for me, there's been quite a bit of change in myself as I have had to learn how to be patient with people and how to try and understand what a colleague may be going through on a particular day when they may not be really motivated to do the job that they have at hand to complete. A skill set that I have developed over the years in working with a number of different professionals, colleagues, clients is, trying to gain an understanding as to what they may be going through on a particular day and try and be conscientious as to my tone, my communication with them, and also try to come up with a word or some inspirational quotes in which to uplift them. I believe all of us have leadership within ourselves. And with the experiences that we as professionals obtain over the years, when we are working with colleagues and we are helping to develop their skill sets through our learning experiences, I believe that to be a leadership quality that a lot of us have and that we display uh, in our day-to-day routines. I have a work ethic that my mother instilled in me as a child. My mother would say that no matter what job you choose, do it with passion, do it with pride. Something else that I attribute to my success as a finance professional is my networking and the different professional associations that I have participated in over my career. The professional associations have been the National Association of Black Accountants, the Government Finance Officers Association. Is through volunteering on different committees and going to conferences, networking, meeting other professionals that have opened up avenues. A leader builds trust of others by displaying a passion for what they do in their day-to-day tasks, leading by example. A leader gains the trust of others by being a good listener, by sharing knowledge and experience that they've gained over the years. I think the respect is earned by one displaying technical skill sets they have, communication skill sets. It attracts people to the individual because a person feels as though they can gain some knowledge that is going to help them in their personal or their professional life. And as such, they have a tendency to be open-minded and listen to that leader. Understanding that failure is success turned inside out. I think back on various candidates that have run for public office without success on a number of occasions, and after a certain period of time, success is realized. One president that always comes to mind is President Lincoln, who ran for state senator of the state of Illinois, I believe, about 7 times and failed. And on the 8th time, he won, became senator, and from there, history was written, and that he went on to become one of the greatest presidents in the history of the United States. So it's perseverance, wanting to do the best that I can do, be the best professional that I can be.
Hi, my name is Susan Gooding-Liburd. I am the Chief Financial Officer for the City of Miramar. Being the Chief Financial Officer of the fourth largest city in Broward County and the 13th largest city in the state of Florida, I consider it a privilege. I have an awesome team that supports me and work with me. So being in the CFO, I would say from at my level, it looks easy to me, but I would tell you, um, my team of the financial services department that have about 45 employees, with me being for the 46th employee, I really consider it to be in an awesome position. My team consists of CPAs, certified government finance officers, certified public finance officers, as well as many of the professionals with master's degree. In order to be in this profession, in this public finance profession, and to be around for such a long, long time, it takes tenacity, I would say, of my employees. It takes a special skill, and they all are very skilled in what they do. To be able to support me at this level, being the chief financial officer. So I want to just congratulate them in being celebrating their first professional finance week, and I do hope that this is just the beginning of all of what's going to come in the future. Sitting in this position as the CFO, it was not an easy trail. It's not something that I would say that is very easy. I take studying is very important to me. Education to me is very important. I think at every level that you attain or you climb to, you should be the best at it. So being a minority, I would say, it just means that I have to do double the work. I have to double my understanding, my studying, and I always try to stand out and to be above the rest. Not just to be mediocre, but to be excellent in everything I do. So I would say hard work and a lot of studying to get you to the level that you want to be, or to achieve what you hope to achieve in the future. How do I stay in this at this high producing level, adding value? Someone once said that you have to consistently add value to wherever you are, the organization, or to whatever you do. You have to consistently add value. You cannot say, okay, I did this in the past, and to continue to do the same. So I will definitely say continue to improve yourself. Personal growth is very, very important, and I take that very seriously. I am constantly going and pushing myself to the next level. I think a leader is someone who are readers. And I do believe that. I echo that sentiment because I do read a lot. My goal this year is to read 52 books this year. That's a challenge that I'm giving myself. I've always been a reader. So because you have to read all of those trade magazines, and you have to keep abreast of what's going on in your industry. In GASB, which is our government accounting standard board, they issue so many changes and new things that are coming out. So you have to keep abreast in order to stay on top. So I would say leaders are readers, and I would also say you have to be flexible, because as we go through different situations, you have to be flexible enough to be able to listen and to see what's going on around. I think you also have to have an open mind, and I would definitely add creativity in staying at the top or staying at the level that you are. And I must say, someone who consistently maintain any high level capacity, you have to have someone who supports you. And I tell you, or to have a source that you pull on all the time. And I tell you, my Father Jesus Christ is my source that I pull on all of the time. One thing that I do ask for daily is that He increase my capacity to think, and He remove the limits of my imagination. And I think I do get that each and every day. Then you can continue to stay up there. You can stay at that high level. This journey to being a chief financial officer was not an easy one, but I do believe what God has for you will always be for you. I think I was recognized by a former finance officer, as I worked for as a auditor. I worked for the auditing firm for about 2 years, and then a finance professional in public finance recognized the talent and asked me to come over to join her team. And she exposed me to this area and this arena called public finance, this Government Finance Officer Association. So I'm going to say that I do owe that little nudging to her. Along the way, I would say God has put angels, the right people in the right place, to give me that push or to mentor me as I climb. And my philosophy is to always reach back and mentor others. That's why I'm always open to really mentor anyone who wants to sit down and talk to Miss Susan. Yes, the journey has taken me to many parts of the municipal government. I've worked at the state level, I've worked at the county level, I've also worked at special district level, and now at the local government, local municipality to level. So, but it was not an easy trail, I would tell you, but it was always something that I know that I had within me, because I always believe in pushing myself and do above and beyond. One of my mantra is excellent. Always strive for excellence, and everything that I do, I strive for excellence. But yes, it's hard work, but having the right people behind you. I would give kudos to two important people in my life. Two important people, although there are many. But my husband, who supported me, because I tell you, a female rising to the level of CFO, when you're in childbearing years and have to step away from the job to give birth to your children, that is not an easy feat. He has pushed me many times to say, yes, Susan, you can do this, Susan. I think you can do this, even when I did not believe in myself. So he has really pushed me. And another person was my mother. She is now resting, but I tell you, she always would say, keep on going, just keep on going. Trust in the Lord always, lean not unto thine own understandings. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. And I can tell you, the Lord has been there through it all and has supported me for the 30 plus years that I have been in the government arena. There were many days when I started out and I said, wow, I have all of this education behind me, but when am I going to get the fruit of all of this labor? But I'm going to tell you, just be patient, be consistent in what you do, just persevere to the end, and eventually it does come. And when it comes, it's so sweet. The fruit is so much sweeter when you let it stay and mature. And so, this is my story. Thank you.
I am Andrea Pedler, Finance Services Administrator here with the City of Miramar. I'm a 20-year city employee and a 30-plus year resident of the City of Miramar. As we celebrate Government Finance Professionals Week, I'm happy to tell you a little bit about myself. Some of the things to take into consideration is how do you get where you are and what do you do to remain successful at what you do. First, before you can acquire any knowledge or skills, I think there has to be some curiosity, some passion, and some drive for anything that you do. And you can supplement that with your educational background and experience. And one thing about finance professionals, we can cover a wide range of society. We are not just limited perhaps to government financing or even the finance environment per se. Our skills can be used across a wide cross section of society, and that's one of the things that drove me actually. What qualities do you need? Again, like I said, you need passion for anything that you do. You have to take pride in anything that you do, and the field of finance is so diverse that you also have to be a great team leader, because no one person can cover the environment that is included under the umbrella of being a finance professional. You need to be a great listener and also a good learner. With the challenges facing society today, primarily the pandemic, you have to be willing to change, willing to listen, willing to learn, and adapt to the changes in society. You cannot remain stagnant. One is always having to evolve and grow and also accept the challenges that are facing you. Good interpersonal skills are also a necessity. Good communication skills, and first and foremost, perhaps in all of this, is integrity. Because um, a finance professional is listened to in any organization because they are decision makers depending on your input, your expertise, your analysis, your skills, and based on all of these combined, integrity counts because, like I said, stakeholders are listening to your and depending on your decisions. What makes you successful and what qualities do you need to succeed? You need to be a good leader, a good team player. You get your employees, your team members going the extra mile and doing what it is that it takes to get the job done. You need to be able to inspire and motivate others, and there should be some willingness to share the knowledge and expertise that you've acquired. Being a selfish person doesn't get you very far or get the job done, because you have others who are depending on you and looking forward to you for your leadership and inspiration. Decisiveness is also a good quality to have, because your team players need to know, should there be an emergency situation or a critical decision to be made, they know they can look to that team leader for action and decision making. When I was in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And some persons may find this surprising, but I was very good at sciences. In fact, I recently connected with some of my high school teammates, and one person commented that she just did not imagine me being in an accounting environment. She would have been willing to bet that I would be in somebody's lab working on a vaccine for the pandemic. But no, that's not the path I chose. I, in my latter years in high school, I got exposed to an economics class, and I found that very interesting and challenging. So I guess at that point, I decided to make a career change. And this also might be a little tidbit that nobody knows, but my first career goal was to be a weather reporter. Yes, a weather reporter. But when I found out that we needed to do some serious mathematical calculations, I said, nah, I'm not going there. I'm going to choose another path. So here I am doing accounting today. In my first job, straight out of college, I worked in the private sector, and I had a mentor. And she sat me down one day and she said to me, I am going to show you how to do things right and what it is that you need to do. And always remember to do the right thing. This will take you far away. And not only did she remain a professional mentor, but we also became good friends until today. We are still friends. A good leader should remain dynamic, should evolve with the changes in society. And me, on a personal note, I got my master's way back in the 1980s, but in 2008 I decided to go back to school and I got myself another degree. A good leader needs to be learning at all times. You know, technology has changed, and we cannot, an financial professional should not remain in just one environment. You should always be learning, be changing and evolving and accepting the challenges that are thrown your way. That's the only way for a good leader to emerge. That a good team leader needs is the ability to command the respect of your team. Because if your teammates do not look up to you as a leader, then it will be virtually impossible to get them to go the extra mile and do the tasks that are at hand.
Hi, good afternoon, all. I'm Yenisei Toledo, and I'm the accounting manager for the Financial Services Department. And we are here this week to celebrate Government Finance Professionals Week. And we want to share with you some of the journeys that we've all faced in getting to where we are as government finance professionals. And I would like to share my journey with you today, as well as share the qualities that I believe a leader should possess and also share with you how we are able to work in the capacity that we work in so successfully as government professionals. So, my particular journey, I'll be glad to share with you. I entered into government finance about 12 years ago, roughly 10 to 12 years ago, and prior to that, I worked in the corporate industry in several capacities, accounting and finance related. I found that it was fulfilling as far as my paycheck, but it wasn't fulfilling as far as what I was doing day to day that I felt actually made a difference in the world. I was making a lot of people money, but that alone wasn't enough to motivate me. So after I had my son, I wanted to enter back into the work field, and I decided to enter into government finance because I believe that there is an element of public service that we do here that's not found in other workplaces. And I truly believe in making a difference. So I felt that I wanted to enter the government finance realm because I wanted to have a more meaningful career. And it has been very meaningful, and I definitely feel like we make a difference day in and day out with what we do here. We make a difference to our residents, we make a difference to our community, we make a difference to our organization, and that alone has a different element of motivation for me that a paycheck alone doesn't have. So being a government finance professional has been very rewarding for me personally, and my career at Miramar has also been a very rewarding one. Now I want to share with you the qualities that I believe that we have to possess as leaders. And some of those qualities are definitely born with us, and some are developed in us. So I believe the ones that we're born with are ones that we can maximize, and the ones that we're not, we can certainly develop as we develop our careers and as we mature and as we become more seasoned. So that first quality is definitely having the right purpose, having the right priorities. If you have a purpose in what you're doing and you feel that your work is meaningful, that alone will be motivating to be able to do the best jobs that we can do. Another very important quality is to have the right perspective, to have the right mindset. If we have the right mindset, then we are able to deal with things in a different way where we could see the bigger picture, not be narrow minded. So, having the right perspective, having the right mindset, understanding the dynamic in which we operate, understanding the environment in which we operate, I think is very important. Having integrity and having work ethic is very important. I find that that wins you the respect of your team, that wins you the support of your team. Acting with integrity and just having the work ethic to put the work in that requires that the job requires. And also, I believe that having the dedication and the commitment is important because leaders follow up and leaders follow through. So that's also a very important quality in leadership. And the last thing that we want to touch on today is how do we work in the capacity that we work in so successfully? How do we do what we do and are able to succeed and be effective and efficient in carrying out our job duties? Well, I have to be honest, and on a very personal level, I will share this with you. It is God that works through me to give me the ability to do what I do. I cannot do anything aside from Him. He has led me down this path. He has opened the right doors for me. He has strengthened me, and He also corrects me when I need correcting. And I accept it, and I am a work in progress. I'm certainly not pretending to be something I'm not. I am a leader, but I am also not flawless. And because I am a work in progress, I believe that God guides me and He helps me to develop the skills that I need to develop in order to get where He wants me to be. He directs my paths. He definitely helps me guide my time and know what's important and what's not. Sometimes we get caught up in things that are more of a nuisance than they are productive. So I always ask God for guidance, and I always ask Him to open the right doors for me and to put the right people in my path, which He has. God has directed my path, and He has given me the wisdom and the capability to do what I do every day. So I have to give Him the credit for that.
Hello everyone, my name is Yanavan Kapori and I'm the Grants Accounting Manager in the Finance Department for the City of Miramar. How I do what I do in a capacity that my work is so successful. The answer to that question to me is simple. Having the commitment and the dedication to always do my very best. What qualities do you need to be a leader? Well, a leader should possess an abundance of qualities, but there is a few that I personally believe that are important. Passion. You must be passionate about your job in order to inspire others to do the same. Empathy. Being able to understand others' motivations, dreams, hopes. Flexibility to create a work environment in which your team members are happy and proud to be part of your team. Humility. This is important. We can't forget where we came from. We can't forget that perhaps we were in that same position before. We understand the challenges that we have to overcome in order to reach where we at. Selfless. This to me is extremely important. Your team must always be first. My professional journey is no different from most. Hardworking, having the courage to overcome challenges, and the determination to better myself. I have always welcomed work or added tasks per se. So that meant many times to do a job outside my duties. But I have always been happy to seek the opportunity to learn new skills or processes. And that actually has always worked towards my own benefits and career development. Taking on new challenges and added responsibility has given me the opportunity to expand my abilities and career growth. I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and recognize my staff, Natalie and Pamela. Ladies, without you, I'm no one. You make our team the best, and I am extremely honored to be part of this team. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sylvia Abdin. I'm the Accounts Payable Supervisor at the City of Miramar in the Finance Department. I think that in all things that we do, we have to either love it or really, really like it to perform at the highest level. I believe that once a person finds a field that fits their interest, their educational background, and in many ways, personality, that becomes a second nature to them to perform at 100% when it comes to dedication and commitment to your job. I always knew I wanted to be in finance. I liked math, I tutored in high school, and I feel where I am now is where I belong. I came across this quote that read, and that really resonates with me, but the quote read, "To inspire people, don't show them your superpowers, show them theirs." I strongly believe that the most important quality of a leader is to inspire others, their team, the entire workplace. Being a leader is all about supporting your team, learning about their strengths, their weaknesses, and helping them achieve new heights. A leader encourages and promotes continuing education. Another great quality of a leader, in my opinion, is that a leader is a person who gives back to the community. I can't leave here today without taking the opportunity to recognize my AP team, the wonderful ladies that make me look good every single day. Janet, Linda, and Rose, thank you for all you do. I truly believe that we make a dream team. I also want to give thanks to my direct supervisor, Ms. Elaine Connors, and their entire finance team for their support daily. Thank you.